Welcome to part 24 of Final Fantasy X-2, and in this episode we are going to continue with the hotspots. Oh yeah, it's time for us to get those clothes that we need to infiltrate Chateau Leblanc. Now the first set we're going to get is either going to be in Mihen High Road, or not Mihen High Road, I meant Mushroom Rock Road, or Jose Temple. Either way you come in, so long as you interact with the dress sphere, which happens to be Yuna's floral dress sphere, you'll be able to activate the battle with the Leblanc Syndicate for the outfit. Now, until you do, you won't be able to use the hovers because the Leblanc Syndicate pretty much commandeered it.
That's weird. Where did we drop that thing?
We gotta find that sphere or the boss will be furious. We might even get the heal.
You stop complaining and help me look.
Hey, did you hear that? Let's find it first.
Someone's turning Yuna into a bad girl.
Who?
Well, Yuna definitely has an influence in Riku, and vice versa. They are cousins after all, but that's not the point. The point of the matter is, we got a spear to find. Yuna's special dress sphere is in the vicinity, so it's best that I happen to get the special dress sphere for this occasion to hurry things along, because we're going to run into random encounters anyway. Yes, you've seen all of these enemies, and if you haven't, well, here they go. They're fodder. And if one oversouls, they destroy your potion. If the other one oversouls, they do multiple hits, while the elemental will just have magic preserve. That's all. And while you're here, you're also going to run into Mrs. Goons and Dr. Goon. I think that's what that green one's called. Yeah, Dr. Goon and Fem Goon. That's what I meant to say. These are like the higher HP versions of the Goons and Mrs. Goons. So get used to seeing them until we get rid of the Leblanc Syndicate in this chapter. Anyway, we should be nearing the dress sphere, so it's kind of appropriate for me to have the gunner dress sphere for this. And the gunner dress sphere, by God, will literally make short work of the following boss battle we're about to go into. Oh, but don't be alarmed. The boss battle actually comes with a little bit of a surprise, provided I don't go past it too quickly.
So that's where it was. Sorry for the trouble. I appreciate you finding it for us, though. What? You're not giving it back? The nerve!
The gull wings.
These meanies won't give me back the sphere!
So then we take it back.
Huh?
And on that note, take it back.
And now it's time for round 4 with Logos and Army. Logos and Army has learned some new attacks since the last time you've seen them. Logos, which I'm not going to let him use, learned Russian Roulette. Ormy learns Super Collider and Super Roulette, I think. Yes, I think he learned that. But either way, it's best to take out Ormy first because he's more of a threat. And Logos, we just need to eventually start getting rid of him too. But the Fem Goon had to be taken out first because that was their only mean of healing. Otherwise, this battle's not too bad, especially if you have the Gunner Dress Sphere. By all means, the Gunner Dress Sphere would pretty much make short work of LeBlanc's men. And of course, eventually you'll find a championship belt in this chapter, so be sure to pick one up. Anyway, we've got ourselves a... Oh god, I can't believe the camera zoomed in on this woman's ass, but still, we got ourselves a Syndicate uniform, so we've pretty much won this fight for now. But of course, we've got 2 more uniforms to find. So where's the second one, you may ask? Well, as I have mentioned in earlier parts, it is in Bikino Island, so we might as well go there soon. The outfit we liberated actually goes to the following respected people. First Riku, then Pain, then Yuna, in that order. It doesn't matter which one you get. The first outfit goes to Riku, the second one goes to Pain, and the third one goes to Yuna. It doesn't matter which order you get all of the Leblanc Syndicate uniforms. Now then, we've come here to Picanol, and of course, Pickett finds some suspicious signals. So how about we talk to Nadala first?
Oh, before you start digging, I'd really like you to go check out the Oasis for me. Some strange stuff's been washing up there lately. I'd appreciate it if you looked into it.
And this is the reason why, if you didn't get that letter from Gipple to give to Nadala, you will not pass Chapter 2, because one of the hotspots is here. And you need that letter in order for you to get there. And if you skip the first mission, this would be the very first mission you will do. So with all due respect, and the horrible pun aside, let's go to the Oasis. Seriously, what are we doing here, Square? Are you really kidding me? God, those are some punny names for the missions. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't look too far, because the dress fair is right in this oasis. Oh, and the dress fair in question, Riku's mocking them all. So let's snag it.
Look, a sphere!
Well, fancy meeting you here. You can lead a gullwing to water, but you can't make it drink.
Say, those are nice uniforms.
Enough of this nonsense.
Well, we might want to be careful with logos. Aside from sleep, darkness, blind, poison, confusion, and berserk, he also has added 2 new things. Curse and Itchy to his Russian roulette.
Such sweet sorrow.
And it's a good thing to take out the Femgirls, because we do not want this guy to heal. Take him out quickly, as humanly possible, and it'll be alright. This fight is actually a lot easier than the previous one, because there's only 2 Femgoons. And with that, this mission's complete. And now we've got ourselves another Syndicate uniform. It is Syndicate Uniform Medium. Yeah, that's the thing, the uniforms. Riku wears a small, Pain wears a medium, and Yuna wears a large. I'm not kidding. Just don't tell Yuna in her face, that's all. But anyway, it's time for us to get one last thing before we get the third and final uniform to make our assault on the Leblanc Syndicate. We have to sympathize with Ronso again. So just like the last time we sympathized with Ronso, I will put the answers and the questions in the description to make it easier on you guys. And also, you have to talk to Kimori in order to start the mission to go after the Leblanc Syndicate. But before you do, make sure you talk to all the other Ronso first. And especially Garik, because he's easily missed. And the only reason why I'm telling you to do this is because, for 100% sake, Garik has to be made easier. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's some, I mean, it's a sacrifice, it's a sacrificial reward, to say the least. In sacrificing 100%, you get really good items. but in sacrificing the good items.
Grow strong, destroy
Yeah,
Guado.
he's got a problem there.
Garik swear to mountain. Garik avenge murdered Ronso.
Yep, he's got problems.
Garik hope so. Then Guado learn of strength, mountain give Ronso.
Oh boy, you're an idiot.
But if that happens, the fighting will never end.
I'm just gonna say this. When we get to Garik, it's gonna be satisfying. But anyway, as I was saying, it's more of a sacrificial tease thing. That's what I was trying to say. You get good items if you don't get 100%, but if you get like either terrible items at some point, some of them are good, some of them are terrible, but you also get easier fights if you go for 100%. And I'm just making sure I talk to all the Ronso here, except for Kamari, because that would actually start the mission to get the Leblanc Syndicate, and that's kind of a long thing to do. So let's go on ahead and get this last Ronso here. Make sure you don't forget this guy. And also be careful while you're doing this, because there are those lupus that's in the area, and if the lupus happen to, you know, fight you, that's a good chance your team is gonna be wiped out depending on how many lupuses are in the battle. But nonetheless, we will worry about that in part 25 when we go after the LeBlanc Syndicate and get the final uniform. And this is RV Man 985. See you guys next time.